Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This video today is going to be kind of a bit of a first impression video. I've not got tons of products, but I've got a couple of products that are new to me that I haven't used before. It'll just be interesting to see how they apply, how they work with my skin and things like that. So I have got a couple of different things. The main thing that I will be using in this video is the Morphe 15B palette, which I don't know if this is completely new, but it said it was new where I got it from, so I just wanted to try it out. I have got like a primer, a mascara, a lipstick and things like that I will be trying out today. Something new that I haven't tried, which I think is quite good because obviously it's nice to see how things work with other people. So we'll see if these are a hit or if they're a miss. We'll just jump straight into it. Right, so like I just said in the intro, today's video is going to be a bit of a kind of trying new products. The first lot of products that I'm going to be using is a new primer. I do actually have two, so I don't know which one I'm going to try. I think I'm going to try the Max Factor one, just because I have tried the other version of the L'Oreal mattifying primer, so it won't really be much of a first impression. So I'm going to go in with this. I've never used it before. It says that it's an all-day primer and it helps to keep your makeup in place, and it's got SPF 20, which is quite good because at the moment we have got quite it's been quite sunny outside, so obviously as much SPF as you can is very good. So it's just a little pump, so just take about that much to begin with. We'll see how this is. So it won't be, it smells a bit funny. Well, not funny, but it's an unusual smell. It feels quite nice on the skin actually. It's not like mattifying the skin though, if you can tell. It's not really doing anything for mattifying reasons, but we'll see how it goes. And I do have a couple of little spots, which is always brilliant. So the next thing I'm going to be taking isn't actually a new product, but it's just the Clinique Beyond Perfecting foundation. At the moment I'm quite liking this foundation. It matches me quite well with the look because I've got a little bit more tan, with it being quite nice. So I don't use too much of this because it is quite a good coverage. So if I just swipe it down. Yeah, I've never really done one of these videos before, so it's quite exciting. It just so happened that I had a few different products that all seem to be new at the same time. So I'm just going to take a flat brush and just blend this in. I like this foundation because it does give quite a good coverage. As you can see, like I've just covered them spots quite well. I have slightly changed my lighting, just because I noticed in the last video it was a little bit dark. So let me know what you think of this lighting and see if it's any better. Yeah, so we'll see how this primer wears on this foundation. It's applying quite nice. Obviously it's not a pore filling primer, so as you can kind of see, it's not really helping with my pores, but I don't want to put a pore filling primer on over this, because obviously then we wouldn't know how the primer wears. What I'll do is I'll leave a little description of how I thought the primer wore in the description box below. So yeah, I've never actually really tried much by Max Factor. I just saw it and I thought, oh well, it's something different to try. It's drugstore as well. It's not a mattifying primer. It is just giving me that shiny on my face, as you can tell. But that's fine, it's not the end of the world. Right, so I'm going to go in with concealer now, and neither of these are new. I'm just using the Maybelline Instant Iris. I'm just mixing a little bit of that because this is a slightly lighter shade and I don't have the darker one, and because I am a little bit more tanned, I'm just mixing it with the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in 10 just to kind of make it so that it's not as light. So I'm just twisting that and then popping it under my eye. I've been really liking this concealer. It does give a really good coverage, but like I say, it does just look a little bit light against this, so I'm just popping a little bit of this on. I'm not going crazy with it. It's just to even it out a little bit. because I've not really been wearing like super highlighted under eyes lately. I know this looks like a lot of concealer, but literally the Beauty Blender blends it out so much it looks really nice and seamless. As you can see, it's just blended it in really nicely, and they've still got a bit of that highlighted look, but it's not like really crazy intense. Then I'm just popping it over my lid. I use it as my eye primer. The concealer that I have under my eyes, I just kind of wipe it across. Right, in these just little darker areas, as you can see right here, I always just pop a little bit more in, just because when I powder, it doesn't look too bad now, but when I powder it looks even worse. And I'm just going to pop a little bit on my chin and my nose. So I'm just doing a bit of a highlighted effect. It's not something, I don't do crazy amounts, but just a little bit, just to give it a highlighted look. It just brings a little bit of light to the centre of the face. It's nice when I've got a bit of a tan, because I can actually like highlight my face without having to go really light and white. And probably some people that are watching this are thinking, is she seriously saying that that's a tan? Because obviously I don't really tan, I either burn or I have to cover myself in like sun cream like no tomorrow, just to make sure I don't burn, which is very annoying. If you can see, just like on my pore areas there, it's just not really sitting right, but as for the rest of the makeup, it looks fine. I'm just going to pop a little bit of that darker concealer just on this spot right here and just there, just to give it a little bit more coverage. The foundation and the primer have covered it quite well. Well, obviously the primer hasn't covered it, but it's helped to help the foundation do it, but that just gives it a little bit more coverage so then it doesn't show up. Right, to set my face now, I'm using the RCMA no colour powder. I use this under my eyes and then I lightly just pop it all over the face as well. So the same tip, just back off the back of your hand, so then it's not too much. In the centre of the face, I just like to use the same brush, but then I'm going to go in with a big brush for the rest of the face. Especially because it's not really covered on my just these areas right here, that if I use a smaller brush, then it's going to make sure the powder's definitely on there and it doesn't move. So then I'm just going to take a big fluffy brush and just set the rest of my face. I love this powder because it feels quite lightweight on your skin, it doesn't feel really heavy. Right, and then I haven't actually done my lids yet, so what I do is I take my Beauty Blender again, just make sure we've got no creases on this eye, take the brush that I used to set my under eyes, tap off the excess, and then just set my lids. The next thing that I'm going to do is just be filling in my eyebrows with the Benefit Browsing. I'm going to do this off camera because I've just uploaded a video saying how I tint and wax my eyebrows, and I slightly fill them in then. So this is just really quick and easy, so I'm just going to do that off camera and I'll be back in a minute. Right, so that's me just filled in my eyebrows. So now I'm going to be doing my eye makeup. So like I said, I'm going to be using the 15B palette. So we'll just open this up. I haven't actually opened it, so I haven't looked at it yet. So we'll see what it's like. Although I'm quite annoyed because I ordered this off Beauty Bay. 2 days after I ordered it, Beauty Bay have announced that they are actually going to be breaking up with Morphe, and they've got like an up to 40% sale at the moment on everything. So like this palette I paid £15 but it was 12, so that's not really 40%, but there's like brushes and everything like that on a really good deal. So if you wanted any of that, then I suggest you go and check it out, because it is like, some of the stuff is actually a really good deal on there. So yeah, I was a little bit annoyed. I know it's only £3, but it's still like, you can get £3 cheaper. So this is just what the palette looks like. I'll just show you it. So there's lots of beautiful different colours in there. So I don't know what kind of look I'm going to do today. We'll just wing it. We'll just see how it goes. I'll probably want to do a bit more of a neutral look because there's only 2 bright pinks, and I am actually wearing blue pants. Well, not blue pants, but like flowery pants. The first shade that I'm going to go in with, just as a transition shade, is that colour just right there. And I'll just take this on a big fluffy brush. I've just zoomed in a little bit, so like I said, I'm just taking that colour, tapping off the excess. So I'm just blending this back and forth in windshield wiper motions just to get that colour there and then blending it out. Right, and then the next shade I'm going to go in with is that one right there, which is Tots. I'm dropping stuff now. Just taking that on a kind of like a Sigma E25. And I'm just popping this right in the crease. Does anyone else with really weird like mouth shapes and like expressions when they're like doing their eye makeup? Because I do. It's ridiculous. I'm like pulling my mouth here, there and everywhere. I'm like, oh, for God's sake. Yeah, I've got the Jaclyn Hill one and the 350 palette, which they're both really good. I can't wait for the Jaclyn Hill The Vault collection to come out. I'm so excited. It is a shame that the launch date got pushed back. They do obviously respect like what they're putting out to the customers and things like that, which is really good. I'm just going to go back in with this brush and just blend all that out. Just so we've got a nice seamless blend. Right, and then the next one I'm going to go in with is just that one there, which is Patio. And I'm actually going to just take that on the same brush. I do really like to build it up, my crease colour. It's very rare that you see me just putting like one colour right in the crease, apart from that really bright look that I did in my last one from the Life's a Drag palette. Any of the videos that I've mentioned, like my eyebrow one and the Life's a Drag, I will leave it linked down below so that then you can watch that one after watching this one. I'm just going to pop it on the outer third of my eye, and doing that I'm going to pop it on a slightly smaller brush just so that I've got a bit more precision rather than using a blending brush to do that. And these shadows aren't giving actually that much fallout, which is really good. Blend that in a little bit and then we've got a nice diffused line. And then do the same, go back in with the first shade that we had and just make sure we're all blended. The next thing that I'm going to be doing, I'm going to do my lid shade, and I think I'm going to do a mixture. I'm going to do Sunday Fun Day and Bottomless Mimosas, which is that colour there and that colour there, and they just look like that. Come on, focus. They just look like that. So I'm going to be using them. I think I'm going to do Sunday Fun Day faded into Bottomless Mimosa, but I am going to be cutting out my crease. And I'm going to be using a new tip, which I actually got off, I think it's Kelsey Kristen or something like that, which she got it off Nicole Guerrero. So I'm going to give it a try for the first time, so we'll see how that goes. To do this, I'm just taking a little bit of concealer, and we'll see how this goes. It might go horrendously wrong, but what they did is they just pop it on the bottom half of the eye and then look up. And that's wherever you do your cut crease to, so. So I'm going to go in, I suppose the upside of this you don't have to worry about shutting your eye. It's not going to do anything. Right, so I'm going to go in with Bottomless Mimosa first. And do it on the middle bit. Yeah, it's changing it, I'm going to say. You see that? It's pretty. Right, and then I'm going in with Sunday Funday. I'm just going to see what this looks like. I might wind up something a little bit different, but it's a good little technique. So I'm just going to take a little pointy brush now in the first shade that we used and just blend out the harshness. Yeah, I kind of prefer that. Right, so there's that done. This eye looks a bit better than that one. That one looks a little bit funny, but anyway, we're just going to go with it. So I'm going to be doing my under my lash line now. So I'm going to take the shade Tots, just because it's not as dark, and then just use a flat definer brush and then just wiggle it underneath. And then I'm just going to be taking the blender brush that I just had and going back in with that first shade, tap it off. Buff it out. Then I'm going to go in with a clean brush and blend out all of these edges. So that they're nice and seamless. Then I'm just going to be doing my brow bone highlight, and I'm going to take whipped cream, which is right there. Brush that I'm going to be using, I'm actually going to take the brush out of the Luna Beauty palette because I really liked this brush when I was highlighting my brow bone. It came out really nice and pretty. Might just mix it in with a little bit of Weekend. Okay, no, not too much, jeez. Not like actually. Try it again. I think that would just be, it looks nice on the camera, but in person it doesn't look really that nice. So what I'm going to do, I'll just go in with MAC's Nylon. I absolutely love this shade for highlighting my brow bone and inner corner, so we'll just pop a little bit of that on as well. That looks better. Might look super intense in the camera now, but in person this looks better. It just looks a little bit patchy, did that other colour. I mean, I could spray it with Pix Plus, but... And then choosing the end and making sure it's blended. Right, I'm going to do my inner corner now. I'm just going to go in with a little tiny brush like this, and I am going to try that whipped cream shade on my inner corner, see if that makes a difference. Oh yeah, that's quite pretty on my inner corner. It's just a little bit chunky. Not super chunky, but it doesn't apply super smooth. More so you can tell on this one here. There we go, all done. So I'm going to do my mascara now, and I am going to be trying a new mascara. I am using, oh sorry, I just got eyeshadow all over it. I'm going to be using, this has been out for absolutely ages, but I'm just going to be using this. It is the Lash Sensational Maybelline Luscious Mascara, and I got the shade in Extra Black. So I'm just going to be using that. I'm just going to curl my eyelashes first because I'm not going to be using any falsies today. Oh wow, that's black. That's nice. You know, these ones always terrify me, and if I'd have known it was one of these, I might not have got it. Because I always feel like I'm going to jab myself in the eye. Like, I'm always doing it with caution because I'm like, oh my god, this is just going to go right in my eye. It hurts, like, really, really hurts. It's a little bit on the clumpy side. It's not super bad, but it is a little bit more clumpy. Right, so the next thing I'm going to be taking now that the eyes are done is the Rimmel Sun Shimmer Maxi Bronzer. And this is in the shade 006 Warm Up. This is super old, by the way. I absolutely love this bronzer because it's such a nice tone for my skin. Right, and then for my contour I'm using the Benefit Hoola bronzer with just a brush like this. I really like this brush because it's so easy to put your contour on and then just blend it out. It's not rocket science or anything. Under the lip, and then just down the sides of my nose. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the Essence Silk Touch blush, and this is in Baby Doll. I love this blush. It's one of my favourites, as you can tell, because I have hit pan on it. It's nice because with my skin it's just such a natural blush of pink. So when you want to do this, you want to smile and get it in the right position and then just blend it back. Before I highlight, I just like to go over with the Duo Primer brush and just make sure that's all blended together. For highlight today, I'm going to be using the Becca Champagne Pop. Mine actually broke, so this is it fixed. It actually just smashed out of the pan, which was very heartbreaking when it happened. And I'm just going to take the Real Techniques little setting brush, tap off any excess. Look how nice that highlight is. Right, top of the Cupid's bow, and I do just pop a little bit in 2 points of my nose. Even though I am oily, I do really like the centre of my nose to be highlighted. So, and then just above the mouth. I love highlighter, but I do need to be really careful with how much I use, just so that then it doesn't look super intense and oily. So there's that done, and then for lips I'm going to be using a liquid lipstick. I actually got these ones from Sleek. They're a pack of 4. They've got 4 different shades. There's 2 metallic ones, and then there is 2 non-metallic ones that are just matte. I absolutely love the look of this shade, but I think it might be a bit too bright with this look. I'll just swatch them and then you can see them. So there are all 4 shades. They look absolutely beautiful. I love the look of this one, but I think it's going to be a bit too intense. So for today, I'm going to take that one. I'm going to take that one right there, which that one is Shabby Chic. I really like the look of that lip colour. It's a beautiful colour. I really like that lip colour. It looks beautiful. Right, so that is the finished look. I'm just going to finish with spraying my face with MAC Fix Plus. So I'm just going to pull my hair back, shake it up a little bit, and then whew. I love this as a setting spray. It really does help to keep your makeup in place. Just fan it dry. Right everyone, so this is the finished look for today. So obviously I've tried a couple of different products, so I will let you know on how I get on with them in the description box below, like the primer and things like that, how long the lipstick wears, because obviously it is a matte liquid lipstick, so it should last for a while anyway. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I did really enjoy using the Morphe 15B palette. There were a couple of shades that just needed a bit more pigment, but other than that, the blending was really nice. The shade range I think is really good in this palette. There's lots of different choices. You can do lots of different looks out of this. You could do warm tone, bright pink, really dark, smoky eye looks. There's lots of different choice. And for £15, well now 12 if you jump on it quite quickly on Beauty Bay. So £15, I think it's a really good palette. You've got 15 shades in it, so it's like £1 every eyeshadow, which I think is really good for the quality. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you in my next one. And if you liked this video, then please give it a like, and please hit the subscribe button and the little bell, which notifies you every time I upload a video. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Bye guys.